Hey guys! Today we're reviewing our CAS Project outline YouTube video. Our CAS Project was making this outline for you guys, so now we're going to film our reflection and just go about the process and say what we've learned.
Yeah, so we're just going to look through the video with you guys and we'll pause and kind of reflect on maybe what we could have done better or like what we really appreciated about this entire process. So
let's do it.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna start the video. Here, we'll turn up the...
Hey IB scholars, it's Hannah and Lauren, and today we're going to be talking about the CAS Project. Hey! So Lauren, what is the CAS Project?
The CAS Project is a self-driven individual opportunity to challenge yourself. Now, what exactly does that mean? Hannah, what does CAS stand for?
CAS stands for Creativity, Activity, and Service, and these values uphold IB. So
I feel like, let's talk about that. We really wanted to like intro what CAS meant in general, just so that like the project would make more sense like as a whole, you know?
Yeah, because we definitely had, so like the inspiration behind the video was like, we had a lot of helpful resources and teachers. Like it was really hard for everyone to like give us the same guide or like outlook. So we wanted to kind of summarize what everyone had been showing us and kind of give a more
easier like outline of what it was.
So we honestly, going into this project, we had no idea what CAS was, and so this was also a learning experience for us to be posting this video.
And we had to research a lot. Cue the coffee clip. Because we had to do a lot of research to like figure out what CAS was and like what we wanted to convey and like what was important to like put in our video.
Yeah.
Through the three letters.
First is C, which stands for creativity. This means anything that might be out of the ordinary, a new art piece, maybe you want to write some music. It can be really anything.
And creativity can come in a lot of different forms. Anything that you're thinking about, any way that you're problem solving, that's a way of being creative.
I feel like this is just my thoughts. I feel like this project is like really good on like the creative side of like meeting the creative work. I feel like that's like where we hit in this project. It was like creativity, because like activity, service, I guess it is service, but like I feel like, and we did do a lot of activity. But we like did do a lot of activity like for all of our clips in between.
There was, I think, although like CAS only requires, or IB only requires one of the 3 CAS values, I would say. It's really easy to hit more than one, and also like in the past it was required to hit maybe 3 or 2, so don't hesitate to reach into creativity even if you're doing something that has more to do with activity.
Because I think like the like whole setup behind this video was very like, we had to think about it a lot and like problem solve it. Like, well, if you're looking like behind this setup, it wasn't even like, there was no tripod. There was like, but like things stacked upon to make it like a perfect like frame. So I feel like.
Yeah. Also just like the process of thinking to do an outline video. We did see a lot of CAS guides on YouTube, but they were mostly teachers or like mentors, and we hadn't really seen any students make a video to kind of like guide us through the process.
Also just something more like specific to like our, not really like our school, but just like the new way of doing CAS like in general, because IB like changes a lot in the rules, and I felt like there wasn't really, especially like when we were getting introduced to CAS, there wasn't really any like video or presentation that made me understand it, you know?
Is A, which is activity.
Activity means any physical exertion, so this could be swimming,
oh god,
soccer, any sports that you can think of. And then along with that, anything that might not traditionally be a sport, so maybe walking around the neighborhood, mowing your lawn. And then, even further, you could maybe make a smoothie, eat a salad, anything that contributes to your health and will further help your education. Next is...
So I wanted to say about this clip, we, like, obviously added, like, she plays soccer and, like, I swim, or, like, we used to. So we just added, like, in videos that we've already had. So for us, like, we could really benefit from, like, things we've done in the past to add into the CAS projects. And I want everyone to kind of remember that, like, although it is a new experience, like, apply what you already know to the project. So, I mean, we know our own sports, and then we added those in. Like, it can really be anything. It's, All right.
Which stands for service.
Service is any voluntary or unpaid work that you're doing to learn something about yourself and benefit the community. And this could be a food drive, or a trash pickup.
Oh my gosh.
Just anything that you're able to make an impact with. So, how do you decide what to do for your CAS project?
So there is no criteria for what you can and can't do, so it's really up to you. Obviously this has to be a new experience, so we suggest something that you've basically never touched before, but maybe have always had an interest in.
I will say that I feel like our CAS project, like, definitely, like, a reflection in the beginning, neither of us knew how to edit or how to do, like, any YouTube thing. Like, it was very new for us. But we've always kind of, like, I feel like I've always dabbled in the YouTube category. Like, I always wanted to make a video. I have, like, in the past, but, like, not, like, in this level of production, you know?
And even this level of, like, production, it took a lot of, like Hannah was already saying this earlier, but, like, we didn't have tripods. We didn't have microphones. Like, that was a huge problem for us. And we really tried to do, like, what did we do? We
tried to bring a microphone that my friend got us. Yeah. but then
we couldn't connect that. And then we tried using these other microphones that were
in a classroom.
And that didn't connect well either. It was just really hard. And it took a lot longer than we expected because we knew that, like, editing our videos, like, that was going to take some time, but you know, finding, like, the correct resources, and we just ended up filming. I mean, even now we're filming without any microphones, but that brings up,
we did try to film with a microphone.
We did try.
And we have a whole clip of us filming the microphone. But, like, that's also, like, a part of the trial and error. Like, we watch it back, we were like, that's not it.
And I think we were also towards the beginning, like, really focused on, like, high production. And I think to an extent, you want to show that you've put in a lot of effort. But, you know, if it comes down to buying $200 microphones, like, that's we just couldn't.
It wasn't affordable or, like, realistic for us to go out and, like, buy all these things.
So, like, for your own CAS experience or project, I think it's important to acknowledge that, like, definitely show that you've put in work, but, like, don't bend over backwards for, you know, like, I don't know.
Don't spend millions of dollars.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's okay. And again, this is supposed to be something new, so you can set a goal and maybe try and achieve it. But if you don't, I think the experience of, like, getting to that point is gonna be so much more impactful than just, you know, maybe even reaching the goal.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
True.
Make sure to step out of your comfort zone and do something that will progress you as a person and make you learn something new. So, how do you decide what to do?
The CAS experience doesn't really have criteria for what we can and can't do, but I would suggest always trying something new. So maybe learning to play the guitar.
Or training for a marathon.
Or maybe a 5-course meal.
Why is there only music in that one?
Really anything that interests you, and there is no end to the possibilities of CAS projects that you could do. What's required? What do we do from here?
Okay, so as IB describes, real purposeful activities with significant outcomes, personal challenges, thoughtful considerations such as planning, reviewing progress, reporting reflection on outcome, and personal learning. And this is coming exactly from IB. So this is exactly what you need to have and show that you are doing in your CAS project. And how you do this is by 5 easy steps. So the first step is going to be investigation, and then preparation, action, reflection, and demonstration. And we're going to go break that down for you.
First step is...
Okay, so I think I was kind of noticing this by like watching back, but like to do with content creation, like for our like reflection, I really noticed that like the stage projection doesn't only apply to like the phone setup or like audio. I think visuals are really important, and I definitely like, I was playing with my hair the whole time. Like we were definitely like just like looking off camera, or like I would just like nod like mindlessly, and like that was kind of different because like we're new to this, and now that even now, like, I don't know how much better we're doing.
I would say this a little better. Yeah. Definitely than
but like it was just like surprising, especially because when we were editing, just like noticing how like all the YouTubers I watch do have like a better presence on screen than like we were able to kind of present in this video.
Yeah, and I feel like it's important to like reflect on like how the video looks, you know what I mean? Because like how it sounds, honestly, it sounds like okay, you know? And we added that like an extra little like coffee shop sort of like tune in the background to like make it a little bit more like, I don't know, engaging. Yeah. And like the visuals are as well, like the editing of like the investigation step 1. It like took a lot to learn a new editing software, and like here's a time lapse of us editing. But, like, as you can see, we, like, it took us a while to, like, put all these clips, watch all this footage, put it all in, and then, like, learn this new... What software did you use again?
Velo? V-L-L-O?
Yeah, V-L-L-O.
It was pretty easy. Yeah. And it was free. That's another thing. Like, really good editing softwares, like, they're not going to be free. And, this one was really easy to use, but, like, that's another thing, like, editing... There were things that were, like, off limits, and we had to work around that. And so it's just kind of hard to...
But I don't feel like it took away from, like, the quality.
I don't think
I feel like it's still, like... I feel like it still looks like a YouTube video. Which is good.
Yeah.
Investigation. This means trying out different potential projects, like playing soccer or swimming, like we stated earlier. It can really be anything. Try out a few different ones and see which one works the best for you. And as long as you've taken action on a couple other projects, those can transfer into your experiences if you'd like.
So look at where you can apply your skills best and areas where you can personally grow. Step 2 is to develop a plan of action and prepare for your CAS project. So create a specific timeline, the things that you're going to need, the roles and responsibilities if you're working collaboratively, and any skills that you are going to need to develop to engage in this CAS project.
Okay. Should we talk about like what roles we like had during anything?
So I did a good chunk of the editing. Yeah. We definitely did it together, but I did like the kind of like
the reviewing the raw clips a lot. Yeah.
So, and then we did conditioning a lot together.
Yeah. And I think I like wrote a lot of the script that we like initially were following.
Sure. And you probably did more research than I did too. Yeah. I think. And then I think like setup was more...
Because we went to we went to Lauren's dad's office.
We were also, like, really struggling because we wanted to give, like, good visuals. And now we're just back in my room right now. But, like... Yeah. We ended up using my dad's office because we wanted it to look professional but not, like, dreary. But I think there were kind of a few other options that we could have explored.
Yeah. And we did explore other options, but this one was it.
It seemed pretty good,
Yeah. And like the lighting was okay, so it was good.
Step 3 is action. This is the fun part. This is where we incorporate everything from the preparation and the investigation to finally bring the project to life. So maybe this might be organizing your clothing drive for the entire city. So at this point, you had already maybe given out flyers for the clothing drive, and this is actively maybe receiving clothing or donating the clothing.
Yes, and this often requires decision making and problem solving. And these are key aspects of the CAS project to develop personal growth and make sure it's something that you enjoy and are passionate about. Step 4.
Do we want to talk about some decisions that we had to make?
Yeah. I mean, sacrifices we had to make too. Like,
true. Like what?
I think, okay, we were pretty short on time, I would say, because it is like a 1 month process, like at minimum.
Yeah.
And we definitely were meeting that threshold. Like, this went on for over a month, but also finding time that, like, we could do it together. Yeah. Whereas, like, if you did a CAS project alone, you'd have way more time to work on it.
Yeah. Also, it was hard because, like, I don't know, it was interesting to, like, we have, like, different visions, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, the art of, like, combining our, like, vision of what we wanted the project to be, I think was really important. And, like, over the process, I think I learned a lot about, like, how to work with, like, one other person in, like, a video, like, collaborative, because, like, I feel like we're both pretty opinionated about the, like, how it should look and stuff, you know? So I feel like it was good to, like, be able to hear someone else and then take that into consideration and, like, meet somewhere halfway. Like, I think that's definitely a big thing that I took away from it.
Yeah, because I'm very much, like, my way or the highway. No, but I think I definitely had a vision, and then, like, when I heard what Hannah wanted, it was interesting to see it play out in another way, but it was like also really good, and there's creative visions from both of us in this video. Yeah. So I think the kind of like collaborating and working with someone else was really
a big learning outcome.
Yeah, and I think it was one of the biggest takeaway from this project. Maybe not the biggest, but one of the biggest.
Yeah, one of the biggest takeaways.
Is reflection. So now it's time to look over your entire project and reflect on how this journey added to your perspective on IB values. So mention how this experience made you feel,
How did we feel?
I mean, okay, I will say, obviously it's stressful, but, and I will say it wasn't easy, but I was really, like, excited to do this project, and I was never I would procrastinate, like, editing and stuff and maybe research, but the process itself and filming a video, obviously filming videos are fun, so I think it was really helpful to do this because CAS always, or IB encourages students to try something that they're really interested in, and this would obviously, you'll see further, but this falls into the demonstration category, but the video production was very fun. And
we had a lot of fun filming. We had many bloopers. Like, it took us a long time, but we had a lot of fun filming. I feel like in the beginning I was like I didn't know where it was gonna go. Do you know what I mean? Like, when we were just emailing about it, like, initially planning, like, months ago, like, being like, oh, like, I can meet at this time, you know? But I also feel like our friendship has grown over the course of this, you know? Like, at first we were emailing, now we're texting, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, because we kind of just, how we decided to do this project, Hannah was doing a different one, and then I was still set on this idea, but I was like really stuck, and I didn't really know like where to go. And then that CAS project kind of just ended up dying out. Yeah. So then when we were able to like finally pair up with this, I think it was just like a fun experience, and like I'm like grateful that we were able to do it with each other and also take on this route, because I think overall the idea for this was just an outline, so that could have played out in like a poster or
we were thinking like a Google Doc initially or something,
but I think a video was the best option.
I agree, because I think it like encapsulates a lot of it, and I'm glad that we decided that.
Learned the new ways of thinking you may have acquired.
Any new ways of thinking that we acquired?
I mean, I think we touched on that.
Truth.
Remember that the reflection is crucial to happen all throughout the experience. Make sure that you're always reflecting on how this project is helping you.
Remember, it's okay to take new direction. It should take you at least 1 month to finish this project. So, new perspectives are bound to be introduced. Just remember to log these thoughts. Step 5 is demonstration. Although the reflection may seem like the...
Okay, whoops. I think the logging your thoughts it's gonna play out differently for everyone because we have it on film.
Yeah.
But I really do suggest thinking about
making a
writing
doc.
it down. Like just making sure you have some way to have it down, because when I was editing the video, I didn't start editing until like a week after we filmed. And I looked back and I was like, oh, like, yeah, that was pretty stressful. That was kind of hard.
Yeah.
And it kind of brought back the feelings I had while filming that I wouldn't have been able to remember if I didn't, like, have it shown or, like, presented.
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like throughout the process, we've been trying to, like, record, like, little, like, areas of what we're doing and, like, things that we're doing just to, like, have for our reflection, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think, like, it's important to get down your thoughts, like, that you have in the moment, because when you're not going to be able to, like, really reflect on those if you, like, don't know, like, what was going on at that time, you know? So I think having them in a video format was helpful, but, like, also just, like, writing them down would also be good. Just make sure that you're, like, thinking
just any
about
way
it.
to be able to look back on
the project. Just remember that we have to bring all of our ideas and all of our process together to present. So this could be in the form of a slideshow, maybe a document, a video. There's really so many different possibilities to presenting it as well. So there's a lot of liberty throughout the entire process of the CAS project.
Recap! I just want to go over some key factors to ensure that your CAS project is successful.
Okay. We there's like a bunch of stuff going through my mind, but I think we wanted to do the recap because we did the 5-step process and we described CAS, but I think there's always a few stuff that usually don't get covered, and I'm not sure if we got like everything in our video.
Yeah.
But I think it was important for us to give
The recap.
Yeah, the recap, I guess. Like some insight on like what could be missed. And I also really wanted to pause because I was just thinking about like, again, like the presence. And like we did like little edits throughout the video to make it more engaging. Mm-hmm. And I think that was, I mean, it might look out of place for someone who didn't edit with us, but it was definitely just like a test run and we were trying to be like fun with it just to keep people interested in what we're saying.
Because before, when we didn't have like anything, it was just like us speaking. I just think people would sleep at a 7-minute video of two people just talking. You know, like it's still like it was still edited before, but I feel like adding in little clips like makes it seem like, oh, you know, like they actually put effort into this and like tried, which like we did, you know.
Yeah.
I liked the recap. We're trying to find like a different color, but you had to pay for that. So like I would probably change that about this video. It's like adding a little bit more like other things, but I mean it's kind of out of control.
First thing is remember that you only need one category, either creativity, activity, or service.
Make sure throughout the process you're reflecting and recording your thoughts. There are 3 required experiences to put into Manage Back, which is the beginning, the middle, and the end. And the middle can really...
Okay, sorry. This also applies to your TOK essay and the... I mean, you may know this, but we didn't know
and
until
the extended
kind of...
essay?
Yeah, and the extended essay. I think a 3-step process, it's just easy to remember, like, any longer projects you're doing, like, you might as well just do a 3-step process for that, too.
Yeah.
Because it was... I mean... It depends on your school, it depends on your faculty, but I don't think I was told that we needed a 3-step process for every, like, the
I didn't know.
Until recently.
Yeah, I didn't know until we started researching.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, and also, like, it might look different for this, like, because the school that we go to, we, like, you can add it all into one doc and then show her. Like, it doesn't have to be 3 separate, like, actual things on Manage Back. So just, like, I mean, you know what's right for your school, you know?
Happen at any point, and you can add more experiences if you'd like, but there has to be at least 3.
Yes, and we have an outline linked below to help you with your demonstration of your project and culminating your reflections.
Okay, so...
So, do we have an outline linked?
We have an outline. We didn't link it. So, we'll definitely do it under this video. And if I can fix it in that one, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
If you have any questions, your teachers are always here to help. And if you don't want to ask your teachers, you can also come and ask alumni or maybe other students. There's really an array.
Did we talk to any upper or like alumni? Alumnus? Is it alumnus? No. Did we?
It's not alumnus.
Oh.
I didn't know. Did you?
I don't think I did.
I don't
You
think I did.
can. You can't. I think I definitely didn't talk to any other alumni, but I took inspiration from what people did on their other projects without having talked to them, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't really talk to them about, like, how the experience was for them, but I did, like, look at their projects.
I mean, when I talked to them in the past, the alumni were like, "Oh, don't procrastinate this. Get it done."
Yeah.
That was like the number one thing that people said.
But, I mean,
Just, like,
people are always gonna say that.
I know,
and people are
but
still gonna
it's
procrastinate, so.
but it's so true. Like,
Yeah.
just do it. You know, that's what I learned from people. Is like you
Yeah.
actually just have to start it, and as long as you just like, and I think like another thing that people say was just make sure that it's something that like you're really interested in, and I feel like we
Yeah.
tried to highlight that, but just like make sure that's something that you have fun with, or just like
Yeah.
something that you want to do, because otherwise,
You are
It'll-
gonna,
yeah.
I think it's like, I appreciate when people say just get it done, but I can also
yeah,
see how like it's
you can
just like
empathize.
it's just not gonna. I mean, I am the type of person that procrastinates like everything, so I would just say like, yeah, like what Hannah was saying. Make sure it's something that you are looking forward to doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just easier to start, I guess, because obviously everyone says this, but like the hardest part is just getting started with the project, because you know once you're there, it's gonna be a lot easier to function.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know what I'm trying to say.
Resources available to you. Thanks for watching! We're coming out with a reflection video, so please stay tuned for that. Good luck!
Okay.
So loud.
Um,
Any final thoughts about how we feel, what we've learned, what we think about our project? I like how it turned out. I think it turned
Yeah.
out better than how I thought it was gonna turn out, but like in a nice, you know what I'm saying? Like I thought that it was gonna turn out well, but like I feel like
yeah.
this is better than I thought. I think the only thing
Yeah.
maybe that I would change, or like that I've definitely learned about in the future, is like especially about like video editing, is like the audio. You have to figure that out way before.
Yeah.
And like probably just like the audio was the biggest challenge, I'd say, for us.
I think it was like our cues and stuff, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because editing is so hard when I think it's just being in like, or having a discussion is so different from being in a video, or like a
Yeah.
presentation is different from a video.
Yeah.
And it was just really hard for us to like cut the clips at the perfect spot because we just kept talking, or you know, it's just like, and then visual presence, like I don't have makeup on now, but like I didn't have makeup on in that video either.
And it was right after school. We
Yeah,
were so
and, like,
tired.
it was just like a lot, and like I didn't brush my
Yeah.
hair. Like there's a lot of stuff that I would have
definitely changed. Yeah.
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 But I don't know. I think for me it was like up in the air. Like I had no idea if the project would even get done. I feel like so. I think this is like, for me it turned out really well, but I really had no like
no expectations.
yeah, I had no expectations for how this video would end up, because yeah. And
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see with the reflection too. Like we're not gonna make another reflection for this video, but I think it's still like a learning process, and
I'm happy we like stuck with it, because I think it's a
Yeah.
long thing. Like I
Mhm.
think like learning how to just like continue through things even if you don't know if they're gonna work
Yeah.
out, you know, just like
Yeah.
for the experience, just in general. I think I kind of learned from like this experience.
yeah. And I'm really happy that we were able to, I mean, film it and like share it with everyone,
Yeah.
so that there's like resources for other people, and this is like a very like we're being very honest about our feelings, and like it's a very like realistic depiction of how the CAS experience is going to feel for everyone. Like it was stressful at times, and like the clips of us filming outside or other places weren't always like necessarily on different days, and like we would just like do quick changes and stuff because we couldn't always like meet up. And I think that was, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's just like it's not a simple process.
Yeah,
for anyone, no matter what your project is.
Yeah, and I'm glad that we're being so like open about it, because I feel like I want to help other people that like so they don't have to like not know what to expect, you know? Yeah. And like being like open and like sharing it in this way, like I think is like hopefully a thing that other people can use and like look at. And that's like kind of important to me to like at least hopefully help people in like the future.
And also because I mean, we don't have our scores back yet for this, because we're still in the middle of doing this, like, as we speak. Yeah. So, we can't really, like, provide you with, like, our stats based on, like, what, like, you know, what we got from this experience. But, I mean, I'm pretty confident that, like, we followed the steps that we gave in our outline, and that should be sufficient to get a high score. Or, or a good grade on this entire process. So
exactly.
So thanks for watching.
Our last video, signing off.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye.